Okay, hello, I'm back. I hope you can hear me. I really hope you can hear me because I'm really not sure and I don't want to make this video again. Okay, so I wanted to talk about freelancing, the pitfalls and the pluses. I really hope this is recording. I had to pull out my microphone. Okay, so I wanted, in this video, I decided that I'm freelancing because I have a lot of transferable skills that I can use to freelance. Again, I've worked as an administrative assistant. I know how to type. I type at my best. I can type 100 words a minute. At my worst, about 70. I need to brush up. I also know how to do professional business documents, professional business letters, these kinds of things. Um, so I decided I'm going to do that just to earn some extra income and also to keep updated with my skills. So if you want you to go check me out on Fiverr, if you need any professional business letters done, I also do business plans, executive summaries, strategic growth plans. I know I don't look like it, but I do. Okay, and the beauty of working at home and freelancing is I don't have to wear a suit. Anyway, so I decided, I really hope the volume on this is working. So I decided to do that and I went to Upwork and I went to Fiverr. I like Upwork and I think Upwork is a very nice site. However, the rates are extremely competitively low. Like I couldn't believe how low it was, you know. Um, like for some skill sets, it's literally, hi, thank you for joining me. Let me know if you can hear me. Type in the chat if you can hear me. I really hope you can hear me this time. Okay, so I decided to do that, right? So I went to Upwork, and when I was reviewing some of the past contracts they had, it was extremely low. Hold on, let me see if I can check to see if it's working. Okay, I'm checking on my phone now to make sure it's working. Give me a second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, great, you're there. Can you hear me? Okay, excellent. I was having a problem before. I was having a problem with the last two videos so then it was my microphone that wasn't working properly, so I had to redo my microphone. Hi, T.I. Burger, thank you. Thank you for joining. T-Burger, thank you for joining me. So today I'm going to talk about some of the pluses of freelancing and some of the pitfalls of freelancing. Okay, Tina? Hi, yes, Tina. Okay, hi, Tina. Okay, I take it that's the T is for Tina. Thanks for joining me. So have you done freelancing before, Burger? Tina, sorry. Have you done freelancing? Has anyone done freelancing before? Like online freelancing? Well, I decided to do that, right? So I'm like, okay, so I went to Upwork and I went to Fiverr. No? Okay. So I decided to do it and I went to Upwork first. And I looked over the site and the site is pretty credible. You can actually get a lot of freelance work. Let's say you have additional skills like administrative skills, you know how to type. Let's say you type like they start at like 50 words a minute. Let's say you type upwards of 70, 80, 90 words a minute. Like, myself, I can, at my best, I can go up to 100, at my worst, I'm like 70 words a minute. So let's say you like that, or you know how to create professional business documents, or you know how to research and stuff like that, and let's say you're looking for additional work. Upwork is somewhere that you can go and you can look for additional work. What's interesting is that with these online virtual assistant sites, the pay, I was looking at some of the pay and it's a lot, it's really, really low. Like I would think, because, and I guess that's because it's so competitive. but finding the right person to get the job done, I would think that if you're not going to hire someone full time, you're going to pay a little bit more competitive rates to get these kinds of things done. But I was looking at some of the payments, and I'm like, this is like really, really, really low. You know, um, Even for like really high skill jobs, it was like really, really, really low. So that's one of the pitfalls. Then the other one of the pitfalls is scammers. You know, these are professional sites. The sites are legit. They have payment verification. They do all these things, but still you're going to encounter scammers. And one of the ways that a scammer may try to scam you is by trying to get you away from the site. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should. This is why I'm making this video. So one of the ways a scammer is going to try to scam you, let's say you're on Upwork, they're going to try to get you to do transactions off of the site. So that's your first sign to let you know the person is a scammer. Even if they're legit, a legit person is going to try to follow the rules. Okay? If the rules for Upwork says no transaction outside of the site and someone is trying to steer you away from the site, even if they're legit, okay, you don't want to take the risk. Okay, especially in this day and age, you really don't want to take the risk. So that's the first thing. The second thing to identify these scammers is they always scam using something related to your credit card, your banking information. It's usually credit card or banking information. Okay, so these are the two things. Anyone asking you for information regarding your credit card or your banking information, they're a scammer. Why? Because you can use PayPal. Okay, if it's outside of PayPal, you always tell them flat out, I only do PayPal. If it's outside of PayPal and they're trying to get you, they're trying to figure out, what bank do you use, or trying to figure out anything that's related to your finances, they're a goddamn scammer. Okay. The other thing you have to pay attention to is when someone says, okay, they want you, okay, I like you, I'm interested in your work, I want you to work for me. One of the things that they could potentially you need to look for is their payment history. On Upwork, it's payment verification. Okay. On on Fiverr, it's the same thing. If you are if you're a seller, it's also payment verification. So again, work through PayPal or work through some credible online payment system. Okay, where they're able to protect you. If anything happens, they can refund you. Okay, if someone tells you that they're interested in you working with them and it looks fine and dandy, they stayed on Upwork or they stayed on Fiverr and they're like, okay, this is great, we want to do this. Um, you want to make sure that they had past gigs. So Fiverr, you get a rating, right? So they rate you according to, did you keep the schedule, like, the deadline. How long was the deadline? Did you keep the deadline? Did you perform the transaction as you stated that you would? Did you give the person what they paid for? So Fiverr, it's a rating system. So you go there and you look at the ratings. It's a 5-star rating system. You want to choose someone who has 4 stars, 4.5 stars, 5 stars. Okay, anything below that, I wouldn't necessarily mess with. Okay, and then for Upwork, it's a payment verification. Okay, so you want to make sure that the person has payment verified. It's a little blue star under their names. If they don't have payment verified method, I wouldn't even bother with them. And then with the payment verified method, it shows you a breakdown of the types of services that people were paid for who conducted these services with them. So it kind of lets you know what the buyer is looking for, and how much they're willing to pay. And then you pull out your calculator. It lets you know roughly like how much an hour you're going to be making if you're doing this. What I noticed about Upwork is that the two sites are really credible sites, but for Upwork, I noticed that it's literally like bottom basement prices. Like you're literally like doing work for like $4 an hour. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm not, working a whole hour for $4. And then on top of that, Upwork takes like a percentage off of, you know, a percentage off of what you make. So technically they're making like probably 7.25 an hour, and then Upwork takes like $3 off of it. So these are some of the things with the gig economy. Hi, thanks for joining. So these are some of the things with the gig economy, you got to be aware of. It's very competitive. Um, it's very competitive pricing. It's very competitive market. You're dealing with people from all over the world who wants to provide services. The third thing, or the fourth thing that I think you should do is, if you're in the United States, work only with people in the United States. Like, seriously. If you're in the United States, only get services performed from the United States, like as a safety measure. If you're in Britain, get your services performed from someone in Britain, so on and so forth. Just as a precaution. Because there's no language. I mean, there's no real language barrier between England and Britain. But what I'm saying is, if you're crossing languages and you're crossing culture, okay, and you want business things, business work performed, again, you're crossing culture, you're crossing language, you're crossing time. These are some of the things you need to be aware of when you're freelancing: the time difference, the cultural difference, the language difference. If it's a culture that's a patriarchal culture and you're a female, then there's the whole gender difference. So if you're doing freelancing, my advice to you is freelance only. If you're in America, stick to America. Whatever country you freelance in, try to stick to those countries, just as a safety route. So what I did to differentiate myself from some of my competitors, what I did is, I professionally, I've done it before. I've done I've written business on Fiverr. I know there's a lot of people there who are also business savvy. So to differentiate what I perform or what I can do for them versus what someone else can do for them, I decided I'm going to give them a psychic analysis of their business, because a lot of these people are starting off their businesses, okay? And this is something that I'm good at, and this is something I pretty much I'm pretty much good at. I've done it before. I was quite successful at it before. I've just never offered it as a service. So I decided, hi, say hi down below in the chat box. So I decided I'm going to offer it as a part of a business service for anyone who's starting up a business. So you want me to perform some sort of, only if you're dealing with like business plans and stuff like that, I'll do this. Not if you need me to write like a letter for you or something. So if you're doing like a business plan and stuff like that, I also can provide you with a psychic service, like how you're going to go about this and how you're going to execute this. And don't think, yeah, you know what? I think that's why there's not a lot of people, because YouTube stated, Tina, YouTube said that they're having problems with some of the issues, and they're going to be fixing that. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to fix it. And then another thing is, yesterday, someone made a donation in the super chat, and I'm still trying to figure out like, how do I get this donation? It's not in PayPal, and I'm still trying to like hunt it down. So I'm like, I'll figure it out. Okay, I'll probably go Google it, YouTube it later. But so yeah, so there's a buffering issue that's going on, and I noticed that people are like coming in and falling out and coming in and falling out and coming in and falling out. Right? So just hang in there. It's not going to be a long video. It's literally, I'm going to finish this in like 30 seconds. So to make it quick, so to differentiate my services is, I don't just write your business plan. I don't just do the research. I don't just, what I do is, when we're dealing with the strategic plan, okay, because I'm gifted with psychic abilities. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to hide these psychic abilities anymore. Screw it. It's not like I'm going to use them everywhere I go, okay? But I think it'll be interesting to use it in a business context. So when I'm mapping out the strategic plan, I can map out psychically what direction or the directions the person can take to be successful in their business. That's just one of the ways, and one of the only ways I limit myself to do it. Not just sit there and give them a psychic reading like da 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 da. No, not give them a psychic reading, but when I do like a strategic growth plan, okay, and how like they intend to like expand, I can use my psychic abilities and incorporate some of the things that I learned in business to map out a strategic growth plan for the business. Okay, so that's one of the things I use to differentiate myself from other people. I know it's kind of strange, but if you think these corporations don't work with people who are psychic, dream on. If you think these presidents and all these presidents and nobles and royals, if you think they don't work with psychics, dream on. They all do. Okay? And prognosticators and analysts. What do you think these analysts and prognosticators are? They're all psychic. You know? They just don't call themselves psychic. So that's one of the things that I put there. So anyway, so if you're interested, if you need someone to write you business plans, if you not business plans, but if you need someone to write you professional emails, if you need someone to write you professional business letters, very savvy emails, I sell it for $5 per email, professional email, $5 per professional business letter, and for business plans, next time. Bye.